Welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. Let's talk a little bit about psychology. Humans are driven by social acceptance. This goes back, I hate to quote Jordan Peterson because he's so contentious, but this goes back to the lobsters. We've been doing this for hundreds of millions of years, right? Serotonin. You have a position. You have high serotonin, high stress, low stress, high cortisol, which is bad, low cortisol, which is good, stress hormones. And a lot of that is based on your social acceptance, your social position, and your social need. It is possible that the one thing you can change about that is social need. How much do you need the approval of others? Neuroticism. It's possible that can be changed, at least in certain environments and to certain extents. Usually, changing that dramatically involves a large lifestyle change. But nonetheless, we are social animals. We need to have social position. And that drives beneficial hormones. I'm not going to get into meditation right now and how that changes things, but it does do it. It's good for you. Exposure to sunlight, also good, do it. It's good for you. But humans are the one species that has the ability to create a high serotonin environment for everybody. We have infinite imaginative capacity. We can become experts in something. We can be top dog in something, some area. There are, of course, people in every area whose only goal is to bring you down. Get rid of them. Get them out. Send them away. That's honestly, if you look at long-term clubs, interest groups, otakus, the ones that survive well are the ones who put in place rules and strictures and get rid of the naysayers, the backstabbers. So get rid of them. They're always there. Human nature. And they will go to 4chan where they will get their serotonin hit by being the best backstabber. Whatever. I mean, float your boat. Hey, get your serotonin where you can. But we can create, if you are not physically adept, if you're never going to be good at sports, if you're never going to be super good at math, whatever, if you're not going to be the best artist in the world, you can come up with something, some weird little area of interest, some small community. It doesn't have to be a global community. You don't have to be the best amateur gunsmith, amateur reloader, what I'm doing now. You don't have to be the best knife maker. You don't have to be the best anything in the world. You just have to be good enough that people around people you associate with, people in your particular little corner of the internet value you and express that. Then you get a serotonin dump. Then your hormones change. You are an upright, fully functional, happy, emotionally and psychologically healthy person. These things matter. Okay, it's not all there is to psychology. It's not just, social acceptance is all there is. Or social position is all there is. But it does matter and it does help. And it's the most incredible gift of humanity is that we have an infinite ability to prop each other up. Right now, the internet is focused on pushing people down. It is a power game for multinational elites, for a postmodern, cosmopolitan, transnational movement. And they exist to rule you. They exist to tell you what to do. They exist to be better than you. That is their serotonin hit. And it's a very negative way of getting your beneficial hormones, your brain chemistry, because it relies on denigrating others. And again, humans have the amazing and incredible and unique gift of being able to pump each other up infinitely. We have no end of methods that we can use to improve each other's standing. I have a friend who likes to argue against capitalism. He argues against success. He argues against Wall Street. He argues that the attitude of the successful businessman is, "Fuck you, Jack, I got mine." As if he doesn't owe you something for his success. And I have met very few people who are actually successful for whom that is true. You know, I don't want to say Phil is wrong. Absolutely wrong. But he is. Absolutely incorrect. There's nothing wrong with "fuck you, Jack, I got mine." There's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's like, I have no interest in you, I don't care, I'm doing my thing, fuck off, go. That's okay. It doesn't have to be, I'm not entitled to your time or your money. I mean, absolutely, give me some shekels on Patreon so I can do this better. But I'm not entitled to it. You know, if you go out and you build something and you sell it, I'm not entitled to the benefits of that. It's perfectly valid for you to say, "Hey, fuck you, Jack, I got mine." It's not okay for you to say that and then prevent me from being able to do it myself. That's different. Okay? But that's not the argument. The majority of people who I know who are really successful, self-confident, self-centered, have no objection to you becoming an expert in your field, to you being successful in your endeavors, to you pursuing your interests, even if it's the same as theirs. But they will not allow you to denigrate them. They will not allow you to get ahead by hurting them. They will not allow you to get ahead by telling people they suck. You know, I bring this up, and it's because that's a large part of what's going on in our society right now, is that we have lost, not we, but a lot. And this is the postmodern, progressive, social justice, culture war, identity politics, critical race theory. It all folds in, and it all comes down to this idea that you have to take away from someone. You have to denigrate someone. You have to destroy their myths, their idols, their identity, their values. Remove the nuclear family. That's actually a thing they're trying to do. Okay? Remove your pride. Unless it serves their interest. You have to adopt their pride. It's a very negative thing. We've lost that forward-looking idea that you can be good, invent something, be better than what you were yesterday. That's all gone with that. And you need to remember that even with the Zuckerbergs, even with the, what's his name, the Twitter guy. He's all enlightened and stuff, but then he sits there and he just like slaps people down. Like, how the hell do you even... I don't know. That's not enlightenment. But Jack Dorsey. I want to say the fake enlightenment guy, but you know, you can see that he's got the flashes. If you know what to look for, he's there. He's just he comes down with the God complex. But even with the Jack Dorseys, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Don Lemons, the crazy Steve S's, the Phils, the Roberts, even with all of them trying to tear you down, the internet is a wide and wonderful and broad place. Go find smaller groups, closely knit tribes, areas where you can be advanced in your social standing, where you can get your dopamine hit, where you can get your serotonin, where you can get good hormones, reduce the bad hormones. You have to watch it. There's a tendency. I used to do a lot of stuff with a group called Callahan's, and it turned into I'm a bigger victim than you whine fest. We had people who were so insecure that they were trying to kick people out of the group for having private conversations. You got to avoid that. I should write a basic manual, how to have a positive internet group, a positive tribe. I'm working on that with the local kindred, actually. We're working on positive. Pump each other up. It took me a long time to realize this, but if I'm not good at something and I see someone doing it, I often have a thing in my head that says, hey, these are the possible goals, these are the possible achievements, this and stuff. And then when I was younger, I would say, hey, you should do this. That's bad. Don't do that. Don't say, hey, if I could do this, I would do this. Just say, hey, it's awesome that you can do that. Shut up. After that, shut up. If you want to say, wow, you could do this other thing, you could extend your creation, you can go into business, write it down in a notebook. Notebooks are awesome things. Here's the thing, if you write it down in a notebook, that person might ask you later. That person might come up and say, man, I'm not happy with my job. And you can say, you do such an awesome job with your sculpture on your brooches. You could make a try, go in full time, and just leave it at that, Instead of a prescription, you can just make a note in your head, in your notebook. Don't tell people what to do. Allow people to have expertise. Now, it's hard when the expertise is a shared interest. Okay, I'm going to use knife making because that's something I did a lot of for a decade. I could be a good knife maker. And there's always some kid who's going to try to come up and tell me that he's better than me. He's been doing this for 3 months. And that's like, he wants to feel good about himself. But he's not aware enough, or his psychology is not in a position where he can be getting better, feeling better because he's getting better. He has to be better than you. There's different ways to deal with that. But one of the things you do is you just ignore him. Get him out of the circle. He's not going to do anything but bring you down, cause strife. So don't talk to him. It's not to hurt him. He will find a group. He'll find a group of 16-year-old girls who think he's the shit. And that's fine. That's totally fine. You're in your 40s. You don't need 16-year-old girls, okay? Let him have his importance, but maintain your center. Find these groups, find these tribes, find an area where you can be. And if there's a shared interest, hit it in a mature way. Some other 30-something comes up and starts making knives and says, whoa, this is cool. I made a knife and a cut. You can be like, hey, cool. How was your heat treat? You can start talking to each other, and then you learn from each other, and you appreciate each other, and you pump each other up. Instead of, I made this knife and it cut through rope. I'm the best thing ever. Oh! No, bad. Humans are funny. And I feel like I can't really stress this enough. It's a very simple concept, but it's very difficult to really stress and get it out. Pump each other up. The Bill and Ted thing, be excellent to each other. Nah, better. Pump each other up. Find something. So there's gratefulness exercises, gratitude exercises. Today I am grateful for this. And you should find something every day. You should sit down every day. 3 things. I am grateful. It's a way of centering and making yourself positive. It changes your psychology. I'm not trying to make you into some wimpy ass fucker who can't shoot one of these out of the barrel of a gun. I'm grateful that I have the materials to load more ammo. But gratitude is a useful exercise. Pump someone up is also an exercise. Find something positive that you can say without denigrating yourself to someone every day. These things go better in 3s, right? So, 3 things each day. 3 things. Find 3 things that you can say to different people, same person, whatever. You did good on this. You're awesome at this. This is fantastic. Without denigrating yourself. Never say, wow, this is so much better than anything I could have ever done. No cortisol. No. Don't do that. Because then you're making the position about being better than someone else, not about being good. Don't do it that way. Just say, hey, this pumpkin pie you made is really awesome. You did a very good job. And then if they start to say something like, oh, I could have done better, it's like, if you want to make one better, that's cool, but you did a good job. This is perfect. This is awesome. It takes people a long time to learn how to handle that. But it's there, okay? Once you've pumped someone up, they're pumped up. Even if they try to deny it, it's there. Now, you want to really make this take off? Find yourself a little tribe of people and do that for each other. Commit. Do it for each other all the time. Couple other things. No negatives. Just, give it a week. Don't say anything negative. Like, write it down. Make it a commitment. Do it. This is tribal stuff. And the other thing, get rid of the word should. Shoulds are always defeatist. I should do that. I will do that. I may do that. Be honest with yourself. I might do that. I won't do this right now, but it is something that I like the idea of. That's fine. That's much more positive than I should do this. That's it. We're social creatures. We have the ability to create some new aspect, something new that we can be top dog in, that we can be successful at. Infinitely creative, infinite amounts of imagination. I can be the best person at drawing crayon vampire teeth. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You have to find some people who are willing to acknowledge you. That's actually part of the social thing. It's important. Pump each other up, man. Anyone can be good at something. Go give your partner a hand, all right? Stay sideways.